Hello everyone. So friends, in our previous lecture we discussed about verify no interactions method. So it simply verified that no interactions are made on the mock object, as this method had these two interactions with the mock object, and as we returned from this method using this verify no interactions method, simply verified that no interactions were actually made on this mock object. So friends, sometimes what happens is, if we go to our book service class here you can see this is the one interaction with the mock object, and this is the second interaction with the mock object. Now friends, sometimes what happens is, as per our test case, we verified that some interactions were made. But how can we verify that some unexpected interaction were not made? So friends, let's say for example here, if I provide a condition here, let's say I do book dot get price. If it is equal to price or the updated price, we simply return. So friends, here what we are doing is, whatever the book we found from the book repository, if the price of the book is actually equal to the updated price, then we simply return from this method, because as the price is already equal to the updated price, no need to save the book using the book repository. So friend, let's say we want to verify this part. So in our book service test, let's say I create a test and I give the name as 2. So friend, instead of null, let's say I provide a value as 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's say I remove this part. So friend, here we know that book ID is not null. So here book repository find book by ID method will be called on the mock object with the book ID as 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need this book now. So here let's say what we do is we stub find book by ID method. Let's say we provide the value as 1, 2, 3 and we say then return, let's say a book, and here I'll simply copy this part and let's say book ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's say I want to update the price to 500 only. So friends, here we have stubbed the find book by ID method, that when book ID is 1, 2, 3, 4, then return this book whose price is 500, and we want to update this book with the price as 500. So friends, as we have stubbed book repository find book by ID method to return this book, so here when this method will be called on the mock object, we'll get the book with the price as 500, which is this, and we are updating it to 500 only. So friend, from this part we'll be returning from this method and the save will not be called. What we do is, let's say we verify book repository dot find book by ID with a value as 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are asking Mockito that simply verify that find book by ID is called with the value as 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I run the test case, so friend, here you can see test case got executed successfully. So friend, but in update price method, there is one more interaction with the mock, with this save method. Our test case ran successfully. It verified that find book by ID was called with 1234. But there is no way we can figure out that whether save was actually called or not. So friends, Mockito provides a method as verify no more interactions where we pass the mock object. So after verifying this part, we are asking Mockito that please verify that after this interaction, no more interactions were made. So this is a very handy method. So if I run the test case now, so friend, test case got executed successfully. So this provided us a feedback that after verifying find book by ID with the book ID is 1234, there were no more interactions made on the book repository. So we came to know that we actually returned from this method and the book repository save was not called. So friend, let's suppose if we comment this part out. Now as you can see, we'll get the book, we'll update the price and we'll save the book. So now there is one more interaction made on the book repository. So here, if I run the test case now, so here you can see now test case got failed. So here if you see, it gave an exception as no interactions wanted. And it also says that no interaction wanted till this point. And below it says that but found this interaction on mock book repository. So if you go to this line, it says that there was one interaction made here, which we haven't verified. And the documentation you see in this exception is very handy. So just below that, Mockito tells us that here is a list of all the invocations made on the book repository. So here if you see, there are two interactions. The first interaction is by calling the find book by ID method. And the second interaction which was made was the save method. And here if you see, Mockito also provides something very informative. There is one question mark in this square brackets which give us an information that this means unverified. So here if you see, if we go to our test case, find book by ID, we actually verified. So there is no square brackets with a question mark here. But with the save, we haven't verified it here. So Mockito is telling that you haven't verified this part. So friend, here you can see that this method is very much handy in letting us know that whatever you are verifying, after that, if you provide this part, Mockito will let you know that no more interactions are made on the book repository. Though our verification was successful, but still it made it fail because there was one more interaction made, which was calling of the save when we removed this part. So in order to pass this test case, either we can go with our flow that if the price of the book is equal to the updated price, we simply return from here and our test case will be executed successfully. Or let's say if our scenario was this only, then here we need to verify this part as well. So here what we can do is we can simply say verify book repository dot save with this book. That save will be called on this book. And now if I run the test case, you can see it got executed successfully. That Mockito told us that you verified this both the calls interactions, and after that no more interactions were made on this book repository. So friends, sometimes this method comes very handy when we are not sure that is there any other interactions made with the mock object or not. So ideally at the start we found that our test case ran successfully, but we couldn't verify that whether the save was called or not. So this method comes very handy to verify that whether any further interactions were made on the mock object or not. So friends, I hope you like this video. Thanks, have a nice day.